So I have this old Dell desktop computer. I'll post the model number once I find it, but I think it's a Windows XP desktop, and it had this weird connector at the back for the video, which I could not recognize in any of the standard connectors. I'll show it to you. I counted it. It's like 4 rows of certain number. I think 4 rows of 15 pin, except there's one missing on the first row, the third pin. So it's a 59 pin connector, and I couldn't figure out how to connect the video output, so I googled it, and it turned out there is a 59 pin video connector, which I just got I ordered it on Amazon and I got it delivered. But basically it's this one here. It's a 59 pin DMS. So I've bought an adapter, which is a 59 pin DMS male to HDMI 1.4 a 19 pin female extension adapter. So I'm gonna basically, this is what it looks like. This is the HDMI side over here, and when I remove this cap, this is that 59 pin DMS connector. It's called a LFH DMS 59 pin connector, and these also come from 1 to 2 HDMI. So it looks like this can drive 2 monitors at the same time, but I only got an adapter for 1. So I'm gonna connect this now, and hopefully it'll fit. I'm just gonna connect this monitor to this. This is an old desktop, so I'm trying to get rid of it, but before I get rid of it, I have to make sure I don't have any of my data on it, and it only goes in one way, so I think it only goes in this way. And then there's these thumb screws which I can tighten. And then I'm going to connect the HDMI cable of this monitor from this laptop to this. Hopefully my cable is long enough. Actually, it's not long enough. Let's see if I can somehow. I'll have to move my monitor a bit. It's just barely long enough, so I'm gonna move my monitor to bring it closer. See, I'll bring the monitor closer like this, and then I'm gonna connect it. Hopefully it'll reach now. Yep, it reaches, and I'm gonna basically, this is the power cord, I'm just gonna connect it and hopefully it'll boot. Yeah, it looks like it's booting. I see a green light. and I see the display coming out now. I'll need a keyboard, and I'll probably just use my Logitech. I have a keyboard as well, which I'll connect. This is a really old BIOS. Didn't do anything. The display is off now. Okay. It says to strike any key or something. I might need a keyboard for this to work. Okay, so I do have a mouse and a keyboard. I just have to reconnect the, hopefully this USB receiver key will work. This does have a USB port. I think it's a USB 2.0 port. Let's see if it works. It says system battery. Okay, so the CMOS battery is low, but gives me a warning. But let's see if my keyboard would at least work. It says strike the F1 key. Keeps flashing. F1 is what I press now to continue. F1 to continue, F2 for the utility. System battery voltage is low. Let's try. Master is the hard drive. Secondaries. So let's try F2 for the setup. Let's see if that works. I'm not sure if this keyboard is working. Oh, you know what? This keyboard, F2. This is actually a multi-device keyboard, so I don't know if this will serve as an F2 or it might switch to a different device. So I'm not sure. I might have to use a different keyboard. Actual hardwired keyboard is what I might have to use. So I'll come back to this later. But at least I'm able to get the display and see what's happening. Okay, so I've connected a USB keyboard and a USB mouse. Hopefully using these two USB ports. So hopefully these will be recognized, and hopefully I don't have to use these actual keyboard and mouse legacy connectors. So hopefully, let's see if this is recognized. Let me try pressing F1 is to continue and F2 is to run the setup. So let's try F2. It does work, and but the display keeps flashing. I'm not sure. Oh, maybe because it could be because the BIOS battery might need to be changed. So I'll have to figure out basically how to open the desktop. It could be that and the keyboard does seem to be working. So now the question is, why does the display keep flashing? I'm going to escape and press F1 to continue, and let's see if that works. Yeah, it is booting, looks like. I just pressed escape actually. There we go, Windows XP, but it's still flashing. It could also be a problem with the actual adapter, which is not really working. That could also be a possibility. But at this point, I'm just gonna check to see if there's any data that I need to save on this desktop. I could hear the hard drive making its sound. And probably the hard drive may not have much space on it anyway. It's taking quite a while to boot. And also this desktop doesn't have any Wi-Fi connectivity. I used to use a USB stick Wi-Fi solution to give it Wi-Fi. But let's see. Looks like the display is not really working. Looks like it is. Looks like it's there's some problem with the display. Also, I don't know if I'll remember any of the passwords, but I'm gonna try. I think I had put some kind of timer to limit the amount of time on some timer software or something. I vaguely remember I had put some software to limit the amount of time on the computer for the kids. And I think my daughter has an account on this computer too. But it looks like the display is gone. So not sure what's going on over there. I'm going to see maybe if I tightening the no, still no proper display. Okay, so I'm going to be opening this old Dell desktop. I think it's a Windows XP, and I didn't know if I was having this issue with the display flickering, and I'm thinking it may have something to do with the CMOS battery. Maybe needs to be changed. So I'm trying to open it. I'm trying to figure out how to open it. So basically, I'm trying to figure that out. So I'm going to position the camera so that points to the just trying to position this camera. Okay, and so there is this tab over here. I noticed that when I press the tab, it loosens something and then probably lets me open it now. Yeah, makes it easier to open something. I'm not sure. Got to be careful and not injure your fingers. But it seems to allow me to open the. Oh yeah, there's another tab here on this side too. So both these tabs, if you press them, it releases some kind of a latch and then allows you to open the laptop. And this is one piece that seems to fall out. Okay, this is just a blank bar that you can use to, or it's some kind of support for another device that can be screwed on. So that's how you open it. And I see a CMOS battery over here, which I'm gonna try to change to get the desktop to work properly. And not sure what type of battery that is, but I'm gonna take a look here. Might need some kind of I can probably prop it with my nail. If not, I might need a screwdriver. Yeah, I might need a screwdriver to pop this open. Okay, so I got one of these computer repair kits that I had bought from Amazon. I'm gonna use this to remove that trying to figure out which kind of tool to use. Maybe something like this. So got to be careful not to damage any other part of the motherboard. Just have to pry this open. Yeah, this is like I think there's some kind of a spring loaded mechanism on this side, so if you press out against it, it makes it easy to remove the battery. Let's see, this is CR2032, which I'm pretty sure I have some of these somewhere, but I am going to check to see if this is 3 volts. It's probably not 3 volts, which is why I need a new BIOS battery. Okay, so I'm going to test the BIOS CMOS battery to see. I'm guessing it won't be 3 volts. So I'm gonna switch it to, let's see, volts, but 20 volt range on DC, and let's see what it shows. Actually, it's not showing any voltage. Showing 0 volts. So I definitely need a new CR2032 battery. Yeah, I'm not surprised. It's showing 0 volts. So I'm gonna find a new battery to replace this one. Okay, now finding those batteries might be a real hassle. My place isn't quite a mess. Usually I do keep them when I buy them in a place where I can find them, but it's just in such a mess that, like, this box might have had batteries, but let's take a look at what's inside. I do have a bunch of batteries. Many of these are probably already used up and bad. I do have some coins here, some type of connectors and whatnot. I'm not sure what these are. Some kind of a flange that might be useful for something. And I do have these batteries here, but these are not the right model. These are 3 volt, but they're probably 20, there we go, 2016. So these are not the right ones, and I don't have any others in here. So I'm gonna put this box back. And then last draw. And there we go, there are some here. Hopefully, yes, these might have the right ones. One of them fell down. Put this back in. That was 2016. This is 2025, so this is also not the right one. But these two are the right ones, 2032. So I'm going to use one of these, and I think I'll be all set. Okay, so I got myself a new battery, CR2032. It's pretty old. I mean, I've not used this battery. I mean, it's a new battery, but I've not used it before. So hopefully it'll still be good. It probably hopefully has a good stock shelf life. Putting it on the 20 volts range, and but I still don't see a voltage here, which is kind of strange. Maybe it's just a bad battery too. Not sure. Yeah, so even this is showing 0. Or it could just be a bad multimeter. I'm gonna try with another multimeter. it's still showing 0. So that's not good. That means these batteries may not have a good shelf life. Okay, I'm gonna try with another multimeter. It's possible. I mean, there's a slim chance the multimeter is also bad. Okay, so I got another multimeter. I'm gonna try it out with another multimeter. This one I think it works because I've used it many times before. I'm gonna put it in the 20 volt range, turn on the power, and it's probably, yeah, it looks like this multimeter wasn't working because this one is showing me like 3 volts. So this one is working, and in that case I'm also going to try the old one to see what voltage it was showing me. Yeah, the old one was showing me just 0.18 volts. So looks like the new one is definitely going to work, and this multimeter I'm going to try and replace it under warranty or see why it's not working. Maybe there is its own safety mode or something, I'm not sure. But anyway, I'm going to replace this battery and try booting this system again, and hopefully the video will work again. Okay, so I'm going to be replacing this battery. It's a 3 volt. Oh, actually this was the old battery. The old one was a Maxell CR2032, but I'm going to be replacing it with the new battery, which I did measure to be exactly a little over 3 volts. It's a Sunbeam lithium 3 volt CR2032. So this old one I'm gonna throw away. So I just take the battery and should be able to just press it in against the spring. There we go. And then I'm gonna pack away these tools so that they stay organized. And now I'm gonna close this. This is just an extra thingy which I can just, if it's come out, I don't know if I need to put it back. I don't need to put it back, so I'm just gonna leave it out for now. And then basically I'm gonna try to reboot this computer. That's some kind of diagram that shows what is where in this system. Which I don't need to see right now. What else? It's a Dell motherboard. This is, I think, this is the power supply, which has got the model number and all that. And I'm not sure what this is. This is probably the fan, the cooling system, and the CPU. Okay, so and this says it's USB 2.0, and that's this. Oh, maybe that's the CPU. It's an Intel. Not sure if that's a CPU, but anyway, I'm gonna close this now. It's as simple as just that's it. It's closed, and now it's a matter of just testing it to see. Hopefully, it'll with the new battery, it won't complain. That's the label with the model number and everything. But with the new battery, hopefully it won't complain. This is what the back looks like. That's where the power goes. I think this is probably a printer connector, or it's 232 maybe. Not sure what these two are. This is keyboard, mouse. This is for microphone, left and right speakers, maybe USB ports, Ethernet, and that's that video connector, 59 pin connector. Okay, so I'm gonna try to boot this. Hopefully the video won't flicker like it did previously. So first things first, I'm gonna connect the USB keyboard and mouse. That's the video connector. I'm gonna tighten it with these thumb screws. That's the HDMI cable, and that's it, ready to power it on. The monitor is not showing anything now, but let's see. It is powered on and waiting for a signal. So hopefully, and I've connected the keyboard, so it shouldn't give me any errors. Let's see how this works out. Yeah, looks like it's booted up, or rather powered on. And it's gonna boot now, hopefully. Here. Oh, but I don't see any video signal coming out. I hope it's not a problem with the video. Turned it off. Turn it on again. No display. I was getting a display previously, so I'm not sure why it's not working now. Okay, for some reason when I open it up again, It does seem to be working now. I see this green LED light. Hopefully that means that it's working, and also it didn't complain about the CMOS, but it is flashing again. It says F1 to continue, or let's try F2 for setup. Looks like it might be flashing because of this device adapter. Okay, seems to be kind of maybe the cable, or I'm not sure if it's okay. Seems to be okay now. Oh, it's disappeared again. Okay, it looks like it's booting now, and we'll see if I'm able to come to the. It's disappeared again, but yeah, it keeps disappearing. I'll watch it to see if I'm able to log in with the display. Okay, so it turns out the reason it was flickering, now it's flickering less, but it seemed like there's the connector on this monitor was a little loose, either that or the cable. I replaced the cable, and it seems to be better, like flickering less, but it has something to do, like when I see how when I move this connector in the back of the monitor, push it in more, maybe see how it stays. So now I'm gonna try to just log in, and it's asking for my password. Let's see if I in the meantime the display also disappeared. I'm gonna try to use a different monitor, because see how I have to keep adjusting this. So I'm gonna try a different monitor. In the meantime, I'll try logging in, and it doesn't recognize my password. And the display is gone again. I asked for a password hint in the meantime, but looks like this monitor is connector, HDMI connector is bad. That's why it keeps flickering. So I'm going to try and use a different monitor. Let's see if I can remember my old password. To keep adjusting this connector, which is a real hassle. See, I'm gonna try to put this wire on top of the monitor. Let's see if that works better. I was able to log in. I think I remembered my password, but the display has gone again. problems just to see what's on my old computer. I think I should just replace this monitor and try to use it with a different monitor instead of continuing to fiddle with this.